Yeah, we can try definitely, because starting with the acknowledgement is the best thing to do, because now we know that we need to improve, and we understand that there is something that we need to work on. So that's a very good start. And the reason why we feel like it will be very difficult is because we are thinking of the bigger picture. And the more we try to think about it, the more we feel like, okay, it's too big for me to go ahead and, control this, or to say no. So what we need to do is we have to stay in the present moment and see, okay, what am I going to do right now if I feel like I need to drink all the way? And that is something that we could work to see how exactly we are going to deal with this at this particular moment, not tomorrow, not day after tomorrow, but today, right now. So that is something that we could focus on. Yeah. So before we start, so do you have any history of epilepsy or seizures? No, right? Okay. And okay, you have the headset working on one of your ears. So how's the clarity of my voice? Okay, right now it's clear, right? Okay. Okay, so we can begin. If you want, you could actually keep the speaker as well, but the headphone would work better. Okay, so here we go. So we are going to start the hypnosis session, and this is a healthy way of getting ourselves to learn what exactly is happening with ourselves, so that we could transform certain things in our lives. So let me quit my WhatsApp and everything. Okay. So here's what we are going to do. Every time you do this, you have to make sure you are in a peaceful place, and you are not interrupted by anything else. So if nothing of that sort is happening, so this is something that you could always try. And here I want to tell you that before we start, you need to give yourself a mental command that you are willing to let go of anything that is holding you. Okay? So you have to give that mental command before we start. And throughout the session, if you feel like your mind wanders, that is also 100% okay. So your mind could drift anywhere that it wants to go, and your mind could think of different things. And even if you feel like that you are sleepy, that's perfectly all right. You can always, give yourself that chance to take that nap. But even if you feel like you are sleeping, you are not necessarily sleeping, you are just listening, but you are just comfortable. That's why you feel like that you are sleeping. Okay. So that is also something that comes along with this. And this will go for roughly about 20-30 minutes. Okay. And you will hear me speaking a lot, and that is perfectly okay. And make sure your chair supports you, and you feel like that you are not about to, like come out or anything. Okay. Yeah. Not necessarily. If you feel drowsy, you can feel drowsy, and you could go into that drowsiness as well. So you have to just casually listen to me. You don't need to like stay 100% focused on what I'm saying. So, for example, let's say I'm talking about this, and if you feel like, okay, what kind of a thing is this? So, if you think like that, that is also perfectly all right. So, you would have to just keep on casually listening to my voice, and then I'll make sure that I try to keep your focus. And you might imagine different things as we do this. You might think of different things and all that. So that's perfectly all right. And this would be something that I'll be doing to just get ourselves a little bit of control in our alcohol use, and how we react towards it and all. And this has to be repeated as much as possible to get the best results, which means you can hear even without me. And this one is a very general one, so I'll work on another one for the next week, which is much more curated towards you. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you mean like letting go? Letting go could be anything, like for example, let's say like this. Uh, let's say you have an exam tomorrow, okay, and you have studied, but still somewhere in the back of your mind it says, what if the exam is going to be difficult? What if the questions are going to be, coming from places that I have never studied? Or what if, these things I won't be able to manage and all that? So then you start to like go through that thought loop. So letting go would means, okay, I have studied, so let's say that tomorrow, why should I, think about it right now? So I'm going to let them just leave myself. So letting go. Anything that is holding you right now, you can let them go. If you feel like, focus on your face, especially, like these areas, sometimes you feel like it's really tense, like the forehead and everything, because we are thinking constantly. And when you let them go, you would feel that the muscles tend to get relaxed and muscles no longer have that same tenseness. So, the analogy that we did was sometimes we keep too much of things with us, just like a hiker putting a lot of things in their backpack so they can hike. And sometimes people put all these things because they need to go to the summit and enjoy the view. But the road to take you to that view is a hill and you had to put a lot of effort. So the more you climb, the more heavier it gets. And the more you want to hold onto, like all of these things, the more you feel that you need to give more effort. So if you know for a certain that the summit is right there, if you know for a certain that you might not need all these things, so why not use some of them right now and keep the rest for later? So you through that also let go of some of the weights that you have. So the analogy basically says that everything that we think is pretty much like putting stuff into your bag. You make sure that it is getting heavier and heavier, and that exactly keeps us from progressing in our lives because we have too much of stuff to worry about. So we let go of them. Now it's clear, right? The analogy is clear. Mm. Yeah. So the for your problem as well, right now, if you are thinking that do I need to like really quit my alcohol usage, or do I need to like reduce my frequency, or maybe perhaps focus on just have some good time in the party and all that, that could be something that you probably might be thinking at certain random times. And right now you might not feel anything about it, but there could be certain times that you might feel that you are thinking too much about it, or there could be times that you feel okay, there's a problem. So the thought itself is the problem, so we had to let go of that, kind of like the you know again the it's the backpack that you are putting all these thoughts into. So what we try to do is we try to like attach it to multiple problems. So they are very general. They are very general. That's why from next week onwards I'll get a much more curated one for you, so that it will address the exact problem that you are having. For the yeah. Yeah. So the most important thing is viewing that okay, we may have an alcohol issue, but it's whether it's an addiction or not. So what do you think? Do you feel that you are having an addiction, or it's just that you like alcohol? Mm. Okay. Yeah, so in this particular one that I'll be reading out, there's a smaller bit that I talk about addictions. So the thing about hypnotherapy is if something doesn't necessarily apply to you, you don't have to worry about it. But if it applies, then you will automatically start to think about it as well. So there's a little bit about addiction. So if you are not considering it as an addiction, then you are okay. But even in hindsight, if you think of it as an addiction of some sort, then this will work on that as well. But I'll be working on improving the confidence in facing this and all that as well in this process, in terms of how we are going to control and everything. So it will be a continuous process, but we can see how exactly it will work. Okay, sounds good. Cool. Okay, here's what we are going to do. So I know it's kind of difficult to know that willing to let go, or the concept of letting go is slightly confusing, but then the confusing it is, the better, because you can then think about it, and what we do will give more insight as to what exactly I mean by letting go. Okay, so if your mind wanders, that's perfectly all right, and it's okay for our minds to go here and there. If you sleep while I'm doing this session, that is also perfectly all right, because your subconscious mind will always register what I'm saying. And if you think you are ready, I would now ask you to sit down or lie down in a comfortable position. So you are seated right now, and make sure your hands do not touch each other and your legs are not crossed. And once this is done, if your eyes are closed, so your eyes are open, so I want you to keep them open like this. Now find a spot directly above your visual field, as if you are going to roll your eyes. So keep looking at a specific spot above, could be like a dot or something, and you can keep on looking that. And I would want you to look at this directly, and as we do this, I want you to take 3 deep breaths. Like breathe in from your nose for like about 3 seconds, and then breathe out from your mouth. Each time you breathe out, you will feel very, very relaxed. Okay, and now continue to take another deep breath, the second one, in from your nose and then out from your mouth. Again, in from your nose and then out from your mouth. Okay, now I told you earlier before we began to keep your hands on your the palms on your legs or on your thighs. So now place the hands like that, and now look down on one of your hands. It doesn't matter which one, just look down at one of your hands. So I want you to watch that hand. I want you to concentrate on your hand, and do not remove your eyes from your hand. Now, notice the tightness of the skin on your hand. Notice the feel of the material that's underneath your hands. Notice any ring or jewel that you might be wearing right now on this particular hand. So just keep on watching this hand and just concentrate on that hand, and listen to my voice only, and think of the relaxation only. Any sound about this room other than my voice, let them drift into the background. Any thoughts other than relaxation that come about, just let them come and pass. Just watch that hand, concentrate on that hand, experience everything that you can about that hand, and soon, very soon, this pleasant drowsiness will come about. Perhaps your eyes might begin to sting, or perhaps they may begin to water a bit. Do not deliberately close your eyes, but don't make any effort to keep your eyes open either. Just let your eyes close whenever they want to, and you will drift into a wonderful, pleasant place of relaxation. Just let yourself go as you watch your hand. It might even become darker. It might become blurry. It may even disappear from your sight altogether. Do not refocus your eyes on your hand. Just let your eyes close when they want to, and you will drift to this wonderful, pleasant place. Just let yourself go as we go along. I want you to be aware of your breathing, and each breath you take, each time that you exhale, let your neck relax and let your shoulders drop. Just let them go. It will feel wonderfully good. I am going to count from 1 to 3, and when I reach 3, if you haven't closed your eyes down, I want you to close your eyes at that time. Now, you will always be able to open your eyes if you really want to, but leave them closed until I ask you to open them. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3, letting your eyes close and letting your neck relax and letting your shoulders drop. Just let them go. As we go along, you are going to find that your mind has a tendency to wander around to other thoughts and other places. Anytime you find your mind wandering about, simply bring it back and focus your attention on my voice, and you will drift a little faster and a little more deeply relaxed than you were the moment before. To ensure that you are totally relaxed, I am going to mention several muscle groups of your body. And as I mention these groups of muscles, I want you to focus your attention there. I want you to concentrate, focus your attention, and relax each group of muscles that I am going to mention now. Concentrate on your face and let your face muscles relax. You have relaxed your face. Now relax the tiny muscles around your eyes. You have relaxed your face and your eyes, and now your neck. Let your neck relax. You have relaxed your neck and now your shoulders. So let your shoulders drop, just let them go. You have relaxed your shoulders and now your arms and your hands are beginning to feel so heavy as though weights were pulling down on them. Relax your arms and your hands and your fingers, and you have relaxed your arms and your hands and your fingers, and now your chest. Let your chest go. You have relaxed your chest, and now your stomach. And you have relaxed your stomach, and now your hips and your thighs and your knees and your calves and your ankles and your feet. Every nerve, every muscle, every fiber of your body is more relaxed right now than you have ever been in your entire life. And you are going to continue to relax even more as we go along. I'm going to count to 3, and when I reach 3, I want you to take a deep breath and hold it. 1, 2, 3. A deep breath filling your lungs up, and now exhale slowly. As you exhale slowly, let all your muscles relax. Just let them go and melt down further and further and further. Just let them all relax and melt. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, and 3. A deep breath, filling your lungs up with the air, and exhale slowly. As you exhale, let all your muscles melt right down further and further and further. To ensure you are totally relaxed, I am going to go through that relaxation of your body one more time, but this time slightly more quicker to make you more calmer and 10 times more relaxed. Concentrate on your face now and let your face muscles relax. You have relaxed your face. Relax the tiny muscles around your eyes, your face, your neck, and from neck to your shoulders, and from there to feel the heaviness, kind of like weights that are just pulling you, and your arms down, and your fingers are now feeling calmer and extremely relaxed, and you might feel that you sometimes don't even feel that they are there. that's an indication that you are getting relaxed. And your arms and your hands and your fingers and now your chest, letting your chest relax. As you get relaxed, now your stomach. I have relaxed your stomach and now your hips and your thighs and your knees and your calves and your ankles and the feet. Even nerves, every muscle, every fiber just melting and dropping. It feels wonderfully good. It's going to feel even better as we go along. At this point, you are going to find it very easy to use your imagination. You are going to find it very easy to use your imagination. I want you to use your imagination now, and I want you to imagine that it's a pleasant summer day. It's a pleasant summer day. Just let go and relax and melt down further and further. I want you to imagine that it's a pleasant summer day and you are lying on a hammock stretched between two trees. You can see the sunlight coming down through the leaves of the trees, and you can see the limbs of the trees as they sway back and forth in the gentle summer breeze. I am going to count down from 10 to 1, and on each number I count, that hammock is going to sway back and forth from left to right and right to left, and each time that hammock swings, you are going to continue to relax and melt and drop further and deeper than you were a moment before. You are in this hammock now, and this hammock is beginning to swing in the breeze. 10. You have relaxed. 9. Left to right. 8. Right to left. 7. It feels warm and safe and comfortable. 6. 5. 4. As the hammock goes back and forth, just let yourself go. 3. 2. And 1, all the way down deeper and relaxed in full trance by now. Now I want you to use your imagination just one more time. Now use your imagination just one more time, and this time I want you to imagine that you are in an office building. It's a 20-story office building and you are way up on the 20th floor. You are going to ride the elevator from the 20th floor down to the very first floor. And each floor that passes by, each floor that goes by, you are going to continue to drop and relax. Further and deeper relaxed than the floor before. You are in the elevator now, and the elevator is beginning to move. There goes the 19th floor. You have relaxed. There goes the 18th floor. And there goes the 17th. Just let yourself go and melt down to the 16th floor. Down to the 15th floor, the 14th, and your whole body feels like a rag doll as you melt to the 14th floor, the 13th, the 12th, the 11th, the 10th, the 9th, the 8th. It feels as if there are magnets in the bottom of this elevator. Those magnets are pulling down your body. They are pulling you right down to the very carpet of the elevator. Just let go and relax down to the 7th floor, the 6th floor, the 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, and the 2nd, as the sound of my voice, even the sound of my voice, helps you to relax and help you to drop down to the 3rd floor, the 2nd floor, and we are almost down to the very first floor. And as soon as I reach that number 1 floor, your body is going to feel something like a puppet. Your body will feel like that has strings attached to your arms and your hands and your feet and your legs. And as soon as I reach that number 1, It's going to feel like I cut all your strings at once. You won't even be able to support your body weight because all of your strings would have been cut, drifting further, going deeper and slowly giving rise to your subconscious mind learning from this session and help you deal with the problem that you always wanted to deal. Your conscious mind now is far away, that your subconscious is listening and will help you transform. In these kind of situations, always your subconscious mind is learning. Right now, the pleasant sensations that you are feeling is a true indication that your subconscious mind is listening. So you are deeply in trance and so deep in trance now. As you go deeper and deeper into relaxation, deeper and deeper on down in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine the symptoms of withdrawal. I want you to feel the nausea sometimes that we get. Feel your stomach turning. Feel all the muscles tighten. Like you are tied up in knots and you feel something bad of some sort all over. And I want you to take those feelings. Take those feelings and you are going to associate them with your present alcohol use itself. You associate those feelings which represents the withdrawal symptoms with the present alcohol use itself. This is by no means not to stop having any preference over alcohol, but this is mostly to cut some of the uncontrollable urges we may have when we use alcohol. Take time and figure out the present alcohol use that you may have. It can be anything which bothers you, where you know it's not the right to do and which bothers you every day with your daily work. Now concentrate on that. It can be a situation, a drag, or anything in that matter. Start concentrating on it. The situations that you were exposed to, experiencing it. Now your organs are starting to respond, and now I say that the organs respond to your alcohol use. The organs respond by producing a little bit of uncomfortable symptoms. So from now on, whenever you take a fix, these very uncomfortable symptoms begin to show up on themselves. This is not to stop you from alcohol, but this will stop you from overdoing it. No one needs to do it on a continuous basis, especially if you are not willing to do it, and especially if you are not enjoying it. So if you think it's not good enough for you to enjoy after those few sips, these particular symptoms are going to show up, and you will associate that particular uncomfortableness with your urge to continue to drink. As they show themselves, you feel them. You feel them deeply, very deeply, that it will give you the signal that it's time to say no and enjoy whatever the sips that you had, and then you can continue to enjoy the time without overdoing it. So on the count of 3, as you withdraw from this particular overuse of alcohol that you are thinking at this moment, the symptoms, instead of getting worse, it will get better. You feel better, more alert, more awake about your alcohol usage, more vital, fuller of life, more full of pep and energy than you have had for a very long time. You feel as though you are full of vitamins. It's going to be very easy for you to dissociate, because dissociation makes you feel good, and the taking or thinking about this alcohol usage in itself could make you feel relaxed. You are going to be surprised about this reverse effect. Last week I told you about not thinking too much about a specific problem. The reason is exactly this. The problem should not make you feel that you don't have any control over it. What we would have to do is to make sure amidst the problem we still can find a way to relax. When you relax, you can make better decisions, better judgments, and also you are going to stop overdoing it and you are going to control yourself after a few sips. But it's becoming a permanent part of your subconscious mind, never to be removed. The learnings that you learn from this will always get registered in your subconscious mind. Maybe a sip, maybe 2 sips, maybe 4 sips, maybe 3 sips. It doesn't matter what number of sips that you are going to get. What matters is how you are going to react towards it, what you will do afterwards, whether it's going to make you feel that you are going through a problem or not. So think about this when you drink the next time, how exactly it's going to make you feel. If there is something that regrets you, you will stop it. If there is something that makes you feel bad about yourself, you will control the frequency. But you have a tremendous need to dissociate. And for this, you don't need to feel all these bad things. You just have to acknowledge the situation and move forward from that point onwards. Going further, deeper into trance. Sleep all the way into trance as you listen to my voice. The sensations you feel now is an indication that you are in deeper trance, and continue to drift as you listen to my voice deeper and deeper. Now, starting right at this moment, you are going to begin a new phase of withdrawal. A withdrawal without pain, without nausea, without troubles, without stress, and without thinking twice. The word withdrawal doesn't necessarily mean that you are currently being withdrawn from something, but it rather is symbolically saying that you have the capacity to withdraw yourself willingly from something that you don't like. Now, I want you to feel good all the time, and only this alcohol usage or the heavy use of it is the only thing that makes you feel bad. The thing that gives you the nausea and the problems is the thing that ties up your guts. That's this particular addiction or the habituation that we are experiencing right now. Now, as you go deeper and deeper relaxed, and as all of the sounds fade away in the distance, all these suggestions take complete and thorough effect upon your mind, body, and spirit. And you sink deeper and deeper and deeper. Nothing disturbs you. For you have begun your withdrawal right now. Now sleep deeply and let these suggestions seal themselves in the deepest part of your subconscious mind. Way, way down. Deeper and deeper. My voice will take you further deeper as you find yourself relaxed. So as you go deeper and deeper into relaxation, deeper and deeper with every breath you take. I am now going to talk to you about the convalescent stage in treating the problem of your alcohol problem or the alcohol usage. Now, as you go deeper and deeper and I give you these suggestions, they take complete and thorough effect upon you. My alcohol problem is over. That's been straightened out completely, and furthermore, you know it. You are fully cured and you have completely cured, and you have no desire for this kind of overuse in any way. You don't need that kind of an overuse, and you don't want them, and they are no longer part of your life. You may enjoy it, but you are not going to overdo it. Most of all, you are proud because you are on top. You are really on top now. You don't have anything to have to prove. You have proved it. You proved yourself an adult. You have proved yourself mature. You have proved that you can function in the society. You have proved that you can earn a living. You have proved that you can study, that you can think, that you can read. that you can be a human being in every way. Not just any human being, but one that is effective. But even more than that, you have proved your ability to conquer the most difficult problems on earth. The alcohol problem, which is something that if other people who were not aware of that problem were faced with it, they might not be able to surmount this problem at all. Yet you have done it. You have proved yourself even more than most people. Now it's important. Now that you have proved yourself, now that you have obtained a cure, and you are on top, to stay there. The maintenance of the cure is important. It's just as important as getting the cure itself. Now you are 100% cured, and you can go anywhere, you can do anything, you can be anything, but the very best climate for you to be effective is not that climate in which you would be constantly exposed to this alcohol use, not because there's any danger to you, because you have already cured, but simply because you don't put a patient who just recovered from an illness back in the ward with all the sick people. You segregate the sick from the well. Have a certain amount of time to develop a complete stability in every areas of your life, because that's what you really want to be and you are gonna be. And that's stable, adequate and effective. Your cure is permanent and every way, and it's gonna stay that way. Your cure is final and you are safe, stable, adequate, final and effective. Those 4 words, the initials spell safe, and you are going to remember it and never forget it. You are never going to forget it, you are going to remember it, and it's going to become a permanent part of your mind. You are going to be safe, you are going to be safe, safe and safe. S stands for stable, you are going to be stable, more stable than you ever have been in your life. A stands for adequate, you are going to be adequate, very adequate in every way all the time, nothing can throw you. F stands for final, your cure is permanent and final in every way. And E is the most important of all, because you are going to be effective. What's good is to be stable and have a permanent cure is you just sit there and don't do anything. You are going to be effective. Effective in your work, effective in your play, effective in every single area of your life, and you put them together and they spell safe. And that's what you are, safe. Now sleep. Sleep and let that suggestion take complete and thorough effect upon your mind, body and spirit, sealing itself in the deepest part of your subconscious mind, never to be removed. You are safe. Safe, stable, adequate, final and effective. Safe, and every single time that you have any difficulty whatsoever, you feel sad in the least way, or anything comes up that bothers you, you are going to see that word right in front of your eyes, safe. And that's going to tell you in every way and reinforce those suggestions over and over. The word safe is going to take the place of all the problems you had in the past, because safe is going to solve them. Alcohol use never solved anything for you. They are gone. They are finished. It's a final and permanent cure. Now you are going to convalesce for a few months, or as long as you need to, and in a climate, and I am speaking of social and political climate where alcohol use have no part, and after you have convalesced, you will be as strong as anyone ever was, mentally, physically and spiritually. You can go where you want and do what you want, but until then you are now permanently and completely cured, and you are in convalescent period. You are going to do wonderfully in every way. Now sleep deeply and be safe in every way. And I am going to give you a few moments of silence. During these moments of silence, all these suggestions take complete and thorough effect upon your mind, body and spirit. Now, a little bit of silence. Let's just stay silent for 3 seconds. You are feeling absolutely great about yourself. Your opinion is as good as anyone else's. Love is what you are, not what you do or what you have. You have total confidence in yourself. You have something value to contribute. You are totally positive. Negativity is a part of your past. It is easy for you to sustain positive thoughts and emotions. When you sleep, you have a lot of rapid eye movements and good dreams. Each morning you wake up in a normal range of consciousness, feeling great about yourself. You do not force a direction in your life. You allow it to flow. You now find it very easy to concentrate. You have total recall at will. Anytime you find it beginning to become difficult to concentrate, you take a deep breath and relax. You are no longer bored with the things around you, thus making it easier to concentrate. You now structure your time so your energies are not scattered. Things do not have to be difficult to be worthwhile. You no longer have to force the things in your life. It is no longer a battle to remember things. It is an easy, natural flow. You are relaxed now. And because you are so relaxed, you begin to feel free from all tension, anxiety and fear. You now realize that you are more confident and sure of yourself because you have taken the enormous first step to helping yourself. You begin to feel this strength from within, motivating you to overcome any and every obstacle that may stand in your way of your happiness, social life and home life. You will find that from this moment on, you are developing more self-control. You will now face every situation in a calm and relaxed state of mind. Your thinking is very clear and sharp at all times. You begin to feel that your self-respect and confidence are expanding more and more each day in every way. You now realize that in the past you felt helpless and overwhelmed, and you are replacing that with confidence, strength and self-control. You are becoming a happy person now with a positive attitude towards life. You are succeeding now in all that you do, and you have all the abilities necessary for success. Realize that unhappy relationships are caused by value judging and resisting yourself and others. Love is a natural state of being, and you are naturally in a state of loving when you accept yourself and others totally and unconditionally. Realize that you do not have to approve of anyone's actions, behaviors, or appearance in order to willingly accept and love them. Our actions are but the means we choose to satisfy our dominant needs to feel good. You feel warm and loving towards yourself and others despite any undesired actions, behavior, or appearance. This is relaxation. You relax more easily, more quickly, and more deeply. Relaxation is a skill that you are easily developing with trance. Now, I am going to count from 1 to 5, and then I will say, fully aware. At the count of 5, your eyes will be open, and you are then fully aware, feeling calm, rested, refreshed, and relaxed. All right. 1. Slowly, calmly, easily you are returning to your full awareness once again. 2. Each muscle and nerve in your body is loose and limp and relaxed, and you feel wonderfully good. 3. From head to toe you are feeling perfect in every way. Physically perfect, mentally perfect, emotionally calm and serene. On the number 4, your eyes begin to feel sparkling clear. On the next number I count, eyelids open, fully aware, feeling calm, rested, refreshed, relaxed, invigorated, and full of energy. Number 5, you are fully aware now, eyelids open, take a good deep breath and fill up your lungs and stretch. Yeah. So we are back again. How was it? Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, the main objective is to casually listen, and when we casually listen, it sometimes you feel like you slept, like in between, like maybe 1 minute you don't recall what exactly happened, maybe 3 minutes we don't know what exactly happened. That's because sometimes we get super relaxed and we kind of go through that trance and then we don't recollect. But it's all positive things, so we don't have to worry. And then so what I will be doing is I'll be cutting this down because I audio recorded the voice of mine, and then I'll be sending it to you, but I'll put a bit of a music so that it will be much more relaxing than just listening to the voice. So like a basic nature sound or something like that, so that you could just keep on randomly listening to it. When you sleep you could just play it, and that's all things that you could do. Okay. And when you feel the urge, always start with the breathing technique. Take the deep breaths up and down, and focus what exactly could stop you from doing what exactly you want to do, because now we have our ideal self, like what we need to achieve with our life. So if by any chance if you feel that something is stopping you, you note them down and think how you could let it go off of your system. Now you said when we started that letting go is the particular concept, that's a bit difficult to see, like how it's being applied. So you will continue to think about it, okay? You will continue to think about it, why letting go is this important. And then you will slowly realize why letting go is very important for the problem that we are dealing with right now as well. So it's all about getting that realization. But when you do, whenever you have an urge, when you think about it, when you think how you could let go of it from your system, you take a moment to reflect. Rate from 1 to 10 how you felt when you initially had the urge, and how you are feeling right now after like reflecting upon it, like how you could let go of your system. Because now you are having more self-control and you are trying to control it, and you have the control as well. So do not try to push yourself, but be kinder and accept what you are going through now, and try to improve it, and do not focus on the bigger picture. So these are things that we could do to make ourselves feel better on a continuous basis, and that's exactly why letting go is very important. Just like relaxation, it's a skill to let go of certain things. Yeah. So I think is that the first hypnosis session that you have done? Yeah, it's a very cool technique, and definitely so whenever you are struggling with sleep, that is one of those things that you could do, That's why good hypnotherapy people are not good teachers sometimes, because we put people always in sleep. Yeah, I teach at universities, and then I have my own place, and then I train people to do hypnotherapy. So I teach people how to hypnotize, and yeah. Yeah, so as I told you, like the last week, my main focus is general problem solving and relationships. And I have seen couples, and specifically people who are dealing with, little problems, but they have made it super big in their relationships and in their general problems, like getting reassurance, seeking proof, finding yes or no answers, these kind of things. So if you get any problem, let's say now you have addiction, or let's say you have alcohol problem, but within that problem you have these smaller issues, finding the proof, can I do it, am I not capable of doing this, and all that. So hypnosis really, like kicks in those areas. And sometimes people come and say the next day, I listened to your track and I feel different today. I have a different perspective towards the problem, and I think I should be speaking to my husband or my wife, or maybe like to whatever the problem that they are dealing with. And it all takes, because when you are relaxed, you are at a better position to get the suggestion. When we normally talk, I would tell you something, but you are again thinking, okay, is this going to really work? But when you are under hypnotic trance, hardly like you think of anything like that, because you are in your imagination, and that imagination is something the therapist would be guiding, so that we give the positive aspect of everything, and trying to show the strengths that a person is having to control their problems. It works, and most of my work is based on hypnotherapy. It's like this is like a hypnosis session, but the elements of hypnosis we'll be using in our normal therapy as well. So if you ever notice that I might change my voice when I speak, that's because I want to make sure that you have your attention on me. And so likewise we'll be doing little things. So hypnosis has three particular aspects: absorption, suggestion, and dissociation. So absorption means you are in imagination, okay, and then suggestion is the suggestion that I am providing. Dissociation is you dissociate slightly from your conscious self, and when you go deeper into trance, it feels like you are sleeping, like your subconscious is listening. That's why you always come back. It's just that in certain places you go all the way deep into trance, and that's perfectly okay. That's the objective of it, because if you critique the suggestion, then you can be defensive about it as well. For example, if I say, no, you no longer have a problem, you might say, no, it's not like that, I do have a problem. But in the hypnotic trance, when I say that you no longer have this problem, you are accepting it. Okay, I no longer have this problem. So next time, sometimes when you feel like that you have problem, your mind will send automatic thoughts saying, okay, maybe a little problem, but not a big problem. Likewise, that's how it changes how we think, slowly, like little by little. Yeah. Yeah, we can try, and then I'll further improvise this to fit your one as well, further fit to your needs. And when I was giving the suggestion in the original script, it says that alcohol need to be stopped 100%, but I changed it. I didn't go with the same thing. Without addiction, I used the word problem, and then I said it's not about fully stopping it, but understanding that you have the capacity to control it. Yeah. So I'll send you the recording, and then you can continue to listen whenever you want. Make sure you don't drive and listen, yeah? Yeah. See, it's like this. This is something that I always tell everyone. We can't always go ourselves and push ourselves for answers, because part of living is living knowing that things are incomplete, and things have to be incomplete as well, because if everything is 100% complete, then world would be perfect, because we have answers. It's like the COVID that we are having right now. We know it is there. We have some things, but then not fully controlled as of now. We will eventually control, but not right now. We have some control, but not 100% control. It's like that, there is always some sort of uncertainty, ambiguity, and incompleteness in our lives, and that is exactly what pushes us. That's what life makes things beautiful, because we don't know what exactly is going to happen. It's like let's say you have feelings for a girlfriend or a girl, and what makes things interesting is the fact that we don't know whether she likes us back or not. So we keep on speculating. Things are going to be sometimes okay, and sometimes she might say, look, hey, I don't like you, and then that's not the end of it. We are going to somehow figure out a way to another person, or maybe with the same person. But still, the fact that I never got an answer is there, because we can't be very certain. And then one could ask, then why should I have a girl? Yes, there is no reason to have a girlfriend as well. And then if one were to really ask another question, why should I stay without having a girlfriend? Likewise, you can continue to ask. But each question will lead to another question, and to another question, and to another question. Even if it gives answers, you will always have questions. And the skill that we would have to master is one is to let go of it. And the true meaning of let go would come when you know that certain things need to be left incomplete. It never needs to be 100% completed. It's like a teacher teaching you. You must have done research, right? Research methods or some research subject like stat or something in your degree, right? research. Have you done research? Yeah. So why do we research? Because we don't know answers. But even if we research, we are not fully sure about the answer as well. So someone has to replicate and do it again to see whether that guy was correct. So it's like that, you don't get answers, and we have to acknowledge that. We have to lead our life with that. It's like a teacher teaching a student. We teach skills for students. But when the students learn the skills, they would know, okay, my teacher also doesn't know certain things, and I also don't know certain things. So ultimately, we don't know a lot of things. So that's the learning. That's the learning. So we learn the method. When we need to find an answer, we can find an answer. But most of the times, we are left with unanswered questions. So that's a skill that you need to get yourself to have. Yeah. So that's a skill, that we need to work on. Yeah, we'll definitely work on those as well to bring back the motivation up. Yeah, I'll send you the audio track and you listen to it, okay? Cool. So same time, so then it would be 9:30 for me. So we do like that, yeah. Or if not, you can bring 1 hour early as well. I'm okay with that as well. Like same time sounds good, no? Okay, we do like that. Wonderful. Yeah, bye bye.